Good morning, good morning, good morning. Mary here, also known as Dr. Mary Whitney, with my fourth book once again, Let's Get Real, Lessons Learned from the Field. I am reading from the first chapter, written by a friend of mine by the name of Mary. Yes, same as mine. It says, From Mary's heart to Mary's soul, more than a conversation. We continue on day 21 of reading from the book. Today is our 193rd day together. Our plan is, for those who have been with us, welcome back to this healing journey together. And those who are new, we are walking 365 days together through a life of transformation, of healing, and of faith and self-discovery. Yes. And so as we continue today's reading, we are reminded that real friendship does not avoid hard conversations. Instead, it holds space for honesty, truth, and understanding while honoring the humanity of one another. I want us to sit up straight. I want for us all to take 3 deep breaths together, grounding ourselves in our thinking and laying out our day the way we want it to show up. Let's give ourselves a great big hug, and we're going to take 3 deep breaths together. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Yes. I wanted to say thank you so much to each and every one who has been with me all 193 days. And some of you truly have been with us that many days in a row. And for that, I am grateful for those who have subscribed, who have liked, who have shared our channel with others, and those who have stopped through and moved on. We have those too, probably. But I wanted to say, long after the weekly workshops were finished, Mary and I would phone each other, meet for lunch, or meet at other workshop gathering. Our friendship grew to be even stronger. There were disappointments and some loss of good opportunities for Mary. There were roadblocks that seemed almost deliberately constructed by people in power who knew, but never acknowledged what was behind the scenes. Sometimes Mary was more experienced and qualified than the decision makers or person given opportunities. At times, this led to Mary and me discussing racism and whether that had an impact upon decisions. Obviously, these incidences were painful. Mary and I were friends who saw each other as a person whom we liked and admired. I never thought of Mary W. as my black friend, and Mary never thought of me as her white friends. We were simply friends. There were several times that we would talk about race and power issues, holding back leadership opportunities for Mary and others. We both felt that race was an ugly, unspoken of, deliberate roadblock in some situations. And that's the end of that piece of the reading from the book, but I want to say this myself. As a mother who has an interracial son whose father was white, who has passed on, it is hard at times to understand society's role in the area of race. If we could begin to just see one another just as human beings being here together, trying to have this human experience here on earth. We would all rest better in our spirits, in our heart, and in our soul, because I call that true freedom, freedom of oneself, because I know what it's like to live inside a box sometimes that we create for ourselves as well. We isolate ourselves from the world. We isolate ourselves from one another. We go in certain areas and don't move in others. It becomes limiting. And those things eventually becomes patterns that limit our belief and our experience and our movement. I am grateful for all that I learned in that year-long leadership training. But the best thing of all was, in my eyes too, meeting Miss Mary, who had worked in education for over 30 years. Yes, a white woman who just saw people as people, and we had those conversations. And one thing she made very clear for me is this. She said, Mary, your writings and your work is going to change a lot of lives. But don't let that stop you, and don't let it make you angry, because it could. I'm grateful for Mary's friendship. I'm grateful for all your friendships, and I hope we can start seeing past color and just see one another. That is what would make our world so much more comfortable, so much fluid, and movement easy for each and every one of us. I love you. Take care of yourselves. And I wanted to say this as well. My children were raised to just see each other and human beings. And I am so grateful for that. And so let's get real. Lessons learned from the field does have many lessons that we can take something from. And I love you. I care about you. And let us be real in our lives and our hearts and in our spirits. You have a great day, and we're going to sit up straight, and we're going to take 3 more deep breaths together, but not before I say thanks to each and every one once again who have subscribed, who have liked, who have shared, and who have been my friend past color barriers as well. We thank you, we love you, and stay tuned for tomorrow, 194th day together. The Lord willing, I always say, take care. We love you. Let's take 3 deep breaths together as we close out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Thanks again. We love you. Take care of yourself. Be safe. We will see you tomorrow, day 194. Bye.